Hello, my name is Mark, and I'm the Electronic Bingo Manager for Lancaster Bingo Company. I'd like to speak with you today about a program that we here at Lancaster Bingo believe can help you to dramatically increase your charitable bingo's bottom line without having to completely overhaul your game. Could your charity use an extra $10,000 or more in revenue per year? Do you have a change-resistant crowd? We have a solution for you. You need to use add-on games. Over the next few minutes, I'll explain the following: what add-on games are, citing an example, why you should be using add-on games, and what they can do for your game. Sometimes you have to look back before you move forward, so let's do just that and take a quick look back at how we got to where we are today. In the beginning, we had hard cards and chips. Bingo games consisted of a player purchasing a set of unchanging cards that were played over and over, game after game. We changed up patterns, but this still left players using the same cards for every game and didn't do much for the excitement level. In the 80s, along came paper. Paper was added in combination with the hard cards for a nice blend that allowed players to still use the industry-ingrained hard cards, but allowed charities to have a few games that gave players a clean slate with fresh new faces for specific games. These games were sold separately and usually for an upcharge, resulting in more revenue for the charities. With the invention of collated paper, halls were able to design a program that was unique to them and were able to sell a premier paper package. This eliminated the need for hard cards and also made it possible to sell extra strips or jackpots. This allowed the halls to make extra a la carte or floor sales that were specific to their games. Again, due to the added options on spending, halls saw an increase in revenue at the door. In the 90s, computers were added. When computers came along, they were another option intended to free up a player's hands in order for them to be able to purchase and play more pull tabs. Computers were offered as a top-tier pack and were priced in such a way that halls were able to make enough money from their door sales to cover their payouts. Computers made it possible for players to play many more cards than they could manually daub, and this made for premium pricing. The addition of computers meant that most charities were making enough money at the door to cover their bingo payouts, and it also meant that any floor sale was pure profit for the charity. Competition created bundles. Much like fast food chains or cable TV providers, fierce competition in the market led to bundles or combo packs. In order to compete with neighboring halls, games would offer a package price. As time passed and competition became more of an issue, bundles both had card faces increase and prices lowered in an effort to attract players. With legislation changes on what charities were allowed to take in and pay out, and with even more competition emerging for our players' disposable income, bundles again increased card faces and lowered pricing to approximately where we are today. With the drastic reductions in door pricing and declining numbers of bingo hall patrons, halls were forced to pull profits from pull tab sales in order to make up the difference needed to cover their payouts. This practice has continued for several years now, and with the rising costs associated to fuel, food, and housing, and even more competition for our players' disposable income, several charities have had to close the doors on what used to be successful bingos. So what can add-on games do to change things? Well, let's not look to recreate the wheel here. Looking back on how things were sold years ago gives us a viable answer. We can play add-on games. What are they? Add-on games are extra games or specials sold outside of your normal package, costing on average of $2 to $5 a play. They can be configured to either be straightforward preset payouts or can be made into progressive games. They can be either added to an existing game in your program or built in as a separate individual game. Introducing add-on games to your program allows you as a charity to charge your customer an additional $2, $3, or even $5 at the door per player. This can dramatically increase your profits. Why should I play add-on games? Trying to raise package pricing has been a practice that traditionally hasn't worked. However, showing a player value by offering an extra game at a reasonable extra cost has been very successful for those that have done it. Making this simple change and getting an extra $2, $3, or even $5 at the door increases your revenue. Adding even a seemingly small amount to your take at the door makes a huge difference to your charity over the course of the year. Let's do the math. $200 to $250 per session for a 3-session hall equates to $650 a week, or $2,500 a month, or $30,000 a year. Inputting add-on games to your bingo adds variety to your program and helps to keep your players entertained. We must remember bingo hall operators are ultimately fighting for our players' entertainment dollars, and adding any kind of excitement wherever possible can help to ensure your players keep coming back to your bingo game. What does this mean for your game? Our recent research has shown that adding these games to your session increases your yearly profits by approximately $10,000 per session per year. If you play 3 sessions per week, you're likely to add $30,000 to your door sales. By adding this $10,000 to $30,000 to your door, you've effectively given your charity a fundamental bottom line swing, all added without seriously altering your program. Add-on games don't alienate players as much as some other changes made, because they build into your existing program and offer incentives based on what is already there. In this case, the players aren't forced to buy in order to play all of the games in a program. So if your player wants to purchase the add-on games for the chance to play for extra money, they can. And yet, if they just want to buy a regular pack and still play for all the games, they can do that as well. How do I sell these add-on games? First, we need to choose the best add-on game for your hall or session. Keep in mind that not all games are legal in all areas. Please work with your Lancaster Bingo sales rep or eBingo supervisor to ensure that you're following all local rules and regulations. For the purposes of this video, we'll use double action as our example. In specific markets where card faces are limited by rules or regulation, adding double action cards to the package gives players a sense that they're playing more cards than they were previously allowed. For example, the state of Ohio limits any electronic bingo device to 90 electronic faces. So for $25, you can purchase a regular pack, which includes 90 traditional bingo faces for all of the games in the program. For only $2 more, or $27 total, you can replace 6 of those traditional faces with double action faces on the $1,000 coverall game. As a selling point, you tell your crowd we could double the chance for you to win the coverall on 6 of your faces. For only $5 more, you can replace 12 of those traditional faces with double action faces on both the $1,000 coverall and the $500 half card game. The selling point here is you have doubled your chance to win on 12 of your faces. The double action cards play right along with your regular faces, and your charity was able to upsell without having to pay out any more on their program. This game can be verified either through a blower equipped with a double action perm or an added computer verifier. In order to be really successful with add-on games, you need to tell the players what is coming and explain the games. This is of utmost importance. Tell the players, hey, we're working on something new and we're excited about it. We can't wait to share it with you guys. Take the time to go through these games for your crowd. Get on the microphone, explain exactly how the games play, exactly how they pay out, and most importantly, how much of an advantage they can gain for only $2. Be available to your players for questions and concerns. If you don't put the effort into explaining how it benefits them as a player, they will not buy the extra games. When it comes to marketing the game, we need to show the benefits by talking to them about the value of the game. You have 2 times the chance to win on 6 of your cards. Use advertising in bingo books, posters, jackpot boards. Make announcements, anything you can do to drive up the excitement. Utilize all monies available for your payouts in your marketing. If your state or municipality allows a $6,000 payout and you're only paying out $3,500, advertise that they can win up to that amount. This doesn't mean you're going to be paying it all out, but if you advertise the possibility of winning the higher prize amounts, that will attract players and cause excitement. Use the point of sale to easily sell the game and track your sales. And you can upsell from your point of sale. Train your employees to ask every customer how many add-ons would they like. It's important not to sell the increase, but to sell the prize. And by that I mean, don't ask your players, hey, do you want to buy the add-on game for $3? The answer to that most likely will be no thanks. What you want to ask them is, hey, would you like the chance to increase your winnings tonight? That will get you your yes. Show them the value of the game and they will buy it. We here at Lancaster Bingo are confident that if your charity incorporates these add-on games into their program, that you will make more money at the door. Nowadays, there's an overwhelming accessibility to casinos, lottery games, fantasy sports websites, and all sorts of other forms of entertainment. It's important to note that your players are already spending their money. So let's ensure that you are making every effort to get them to spend it with your charity. On behalf of Lancaster Bingo, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention, And if you have any questions or if you'd like to schedule an in-person demonstration on how these games could fit into your program, please feel free to contact your Lancaster Bingo sales rep, electronic bingo supervisor, or regional sales manager. Thank you again and have a wonderful day.